Genesis 1:10 is God finishing the separation of land and sea by naming them and declaring them good, which reveals his authority, order, and purpose for creation. It is the second half of what begins in verse 9. First, God shapes, then he defines and approves. What exactly happens in verse 10? The verse tells us that God calls the dry land earth and the gathered waters seas, and then he sees that this arrangement is good. This means the chaotic, all-covering waters are now set in proper places, exposing stable ground that will soon support plants, animals, and humans. Why naming earth and seas matters. In the Bible, naming is an act of lordship and definition. The one who names has authority over what is called. By naming earth and seas, God shows that land and oceans are not random forces, but parts of his ordered world under his command, with specific boundaries and purposes. This also gives creation identity. Earth is not just dry dirt. It is the appointed realm of future human life, agriculture, and history, while seas are the gathered waters with their own role in the balance of creation. Ancient readers, surrounded by cultures that feared sea gods and chaos monsters, would hear this as a strong statement that the seas themselves are not gods. God rules over them. The meaning of "it was good." When God saw that it was good, he was evaluating his work and affirming that it matched his will, wisdom, and design. Good here includes ideas like suitable, well-ordered, beneficial, and ready for what comes next, not just nice to look at. This is part of a repeated pattern in Genesis 1. God speaks, creation responds, God evaluates, and then he pronounces it good. The goodness of the land-sea arrangement sets the stage for the next step on day 3, where God causes vegetation to spring up from the earth, showing that goodness is tied to fruitfulness and life. How does this connect to you? Genesis 1:10 shows that God does not just remove chaos, he replaces it with ordered spaces that have clear identity and purpose. Many Christians see a pattern here. God sets boundaries on what overwhelms you, like the seas, brings dry ground into your life, then names and uses that new stability for growth and fruitfulness. It also suggests that God's work includes both formation, shaping circumstances, and affirmation, declaring what is good. When God calls something good, it is not based on how it feels in the moment, but on how perfectly it fits his wise design and what it will produce in the future.